Viewer discretion is advised. Go where no man has gone before.
In your face. It'll knock your socks off.
For Pete's sake!
Broadcasting live from 32 degrees snowy downtown Cleveland, it's station WDWL TV, home of not one, but 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and, an Oscar. I'm the grumpy old man coming to you from the Blinking G Studios. And we're brought to you by this asshole here. Grumpy Vulture Productions. That's enough. God damn, before showtime, I walked out in the kitchen, looked out in the window, and it's fucking snowing. This goddamn goofy-ass city. Jesus Christ. Next year, I'm going to shoot Punxsutawney Phil. The 21st was the first day of spring. This ain't spring. Yeah, look out the window. Everything's covered in snow. And it figures, tomorrow I have to run to the store. Come on, tablet, cooperate. I said cooperate.
For Pete's sake!
That's what I say. Oh, I am not a happy camper. I sent a 4th, count 'em, 4th email to that damn attorney today. She sends me back an answer. We're diligently working on getting all matters resolved in the estate. So I went in on the probate court docket. And on the 25th of February, she filed a motion to transfer the title out of the non-existent corporation into the son's name. Motion denied. So I attached the motion to a reply email and said, it doesn't look like I'll be seeing a title anytime in the future. Then I called the Title Bureau. they told me basically I have to come down to the office and file a court order to get basically the judge to re-examine the whole situation and in the motion or in the response to the motion, after he denied it, he said part of the reason for the denial is not providing an inventory of all vehicles listed in the non-existent corporation. It's one goddamn vehicle, period. None of the other cars are listed in this corporation that basically was canceled by the state. One vehicle. And he denied the motion because there wasn't an inventory of vehicles listed on the motion. So now I have to get myself involved by filing a court order, and who knows how much that's going to cost. You would think if it was one vehicle, she would have listed it in the motion. Vehicle such and such, VIN number such and such. No. So the judge is probably under the impression there's 300, 400 cars. And, she's not in any hurry to do anything because we're going on a month now that the motion was denied. So when I responded and put a copy of the motion denial in, I said, I guess I'm going to have to file a court order myself. So let's see if anything gets done. Don't start. So, how do you like the blinking grumpy G? It's a gift from one of my listeners. I thought it's kind of cool. The blinking grumpy G. It does all kinds of, it's got like 17 different features in it. So right now I have it on the color changing mode. I think every night I'll put it on a different feature. The blinking G for grumpy, which I am tonight. Brrr. I'm never going to see the title for this car. So, I don't know if I'll do it this week or next week. I have to print out the motion and the denial and take that with me and see what the Title Bureau has to say. One car, and I had to buy that one car. And I also put in my reply to the attorney, I said, whether you know it or not, half of the vehicles have been sold because the other 8 were titled in his name. This one, phony. Well, it was an actual corporation. But since he didn't do anything with it, after he formed this corporation for this whatever, he never did any paperwork, nothing. So the state went, well, since it appears that you're not doing anything with this company, we're just going to cancel the incorporation papers. So, as of 07 on top of it, it doesn't exist. This corporation was canceled by the state before he died. He started this company in 96, did nothing with it. And I know why it got canceled, because I had formed a company and then it didn't go anywhere. I kind of jumped the gun. I formed a company just basically to lock down the name that we had. And every 6 months, you're supposed to file tax documents. Well, I was pretty good the first year. Basically, all you had to do was write on the document, no monetary transactions for the last 6 months, and mail it back. Well, he didn't do this. So the state goes, okay, canceled. Boom. So for 9 years, it was a non-existent entity. You would think that probate court would look at this and go, well, it was a company, it was not a company, for 9 years, it's nothing. Yeah, I'm trying to think of the name of the corporation. Where did I put the paperwork already? Where is it? International Exotic Cars. Since when is a Volkswagen Passat an exotic car? One car titled in the corporation. One car. That after 2007 didn't even exist. So, did the email go through with the acrylic markers? Because for some reason, I sent 3 different ones to 3 different people today, and they got bounced back. So did yours go through? Did you get the link I sent you? Well, 1 out of 5. 4 of them didn't go through. And they were for different items. It wasn't, I mean, you're the only one that I sent the acrylic markers. But 4 of them got bounced back. Mailer demon, unable to send link at this time. So I'm glad yours went through. That was the important one, really.
Duh.
Oh, I got to show you something. I don't know if you would be interested in it, Kathy. And I'll tell you what, they look cheap as hell. They're security cameras. And they come with the power adapter and now they look chintzy as hell. The pair was $11. And you have to download an app. So I put the app on my other phone. And I set this one up. And I'll tell you what. The clarity of this chintzy-ass camera is unbelievable. And the microphone is crystal clear. And it's a little chintzy-ass looking thing. And you can have two-way communication, like you could put this by your front door and somebody comes, you get an alert on your cell phone, you can talk to them. It has night vision. 2 for $11. Chintziest looking things on earth. Cameras are unbelievable, and so is the sound. I ordered them for a certain reason, and I tested it today. Unbelievable. 2 for $11, and like I say, they look chintzy as can be. You would think that this is a $300 security camera. The clarity is unbelievable, and the volume. It's not like talking into a McDonald's drive-through speaker. 2 for $11, you get the pair. Choice of colors is on them. I got an orange one and a green one. But unbelievable. I'm impressed. And the app was very easy to download and install. I put it on the other phone, and you can use them for a constant monitor. And that's basically what I got them for. So basically, I would have my cell phone on my nightstand and see what's going on. But they also have a feature where you can set the motion sensor, and if someone comes in range, it turns on the camera and the microphone. And with the two lights, you can have it so that at night, either the camera would be unseen, or when somebody walks into the motion sensor, it turns on them two lights. And them two little LED lights are super bright. I'm impressed. I'm going to order 2 more. For $11, I can have frickin' security cameras on all 4 corners of the house. Unbelievable. I could not believe how clear the cameras are. And like I say, you can set it up for 2-way communication, like a Ring doorbell. And you can store in the cloud. It doesn't say which one, but well, you know, whenever I get something cool, I think of you. You know, good old Temu.com, all the shit that they carry. When I find something I endorse, I pass it on to you. I was mainly thinking of your daughter in her situation. Not so much for you. Because you know me, if I don't think it's worth anything, I'm honest. And when I opened the box and looked at them, and I was like, oh, I got burned by Temu. And I said, well, I'll test them. I was shocked. I was utterly shocked. I'm speechless. Unbelievable. Because I figured, oh boy, you know, it'll look like some grainy security video from something back in the 90s. No. I don't know how they do it for 2 for $11 with, you know, with the power supplies. Absolutely unbelievable. Have my stamp of the grumpy stamp of approval. They get the grumpy flashing G of approval. That's why I figured I would, you know, check. I you know, I don't want to just ship off links for stuff you're not interested in. So that's why I mentioned it. But if if you think that you're going to need them, I'll send the link at a later time. But I'm impressed. I really am. I was, when I opened the box, I was really disappointed. I was like, oh man, I got burned, which would be the first time I got burned. I was going to ship them back, and I was like, I'll see how they operate. And man, unbelievable clarity. Because what I did was I set it on the floor, and Boots was walking through the hallway, and it was so, I'll tell you, the clarity, you could count his whiskers. And he was like 10 feet away from the camera. I was like, holy shit. I'm so impressed. I am. I'm going to order 2 more. Because on the app, you can have up to 4 cameras. So, works for me. Do you have to eat your roadkill on the air? Asshole. I'm going to replace him. Maybe I'll see if I can get an aardvark. Oh, now you're going to throw shit at me. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Smart ass. The 3 parcels that I had delivered today were actually placed at the side door. So evidently, supervision has had a little chat with GoFo drivers. Because that makes 2 days in a row now since the ill-fated delivery on the front porch and the ultra swear word email. I think I got my point across. Yeah, I had to run to the store. I opened the door and it's like, holy shit, there's packages here. 1, 2, 3, god damn. Although I'm still waiting to hear from the Supreme Commander of Ding Dong Delivery. Yeah, I didn't respond to the last email, so I'm waiting because I figure since I had the vice president of consumer affairs, I figured at least maybe the president of Ding Dong Delivery would write me a letter begging me to allow them to deliver packages to my house. Ding Dong Delivery. Stupidest name on earth. I love it though. Ding Dong Delivery. Here with your package. Actually, I should allow them. And then when I know I'm getting a package, wait by the side door. And when the guy goes to deliver, I'll ask him, "Who are you with?" Ding Dong Delivery. Ding Dong Delivery, son. Hey! Speaking of hey, I got a taste for sushi. I'm going to have to go up to my sushi master and get me some sushi. I haven't had sushi in ages. He probably thinks I'm pissed off at him because I was a regular. Although I'll tell him it's not him, it's the fucking store that he's in. The gigantic Eaglet Mega Center. If you don't have a guide, you'll get lost and you'll wander the store for days trying to figure out how to get out of it.
For Pete's sake!
Yeah. Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. You put ham, I put bacon. I never thought of putting ham. And homemade noodles. Oh, yeah, you always got to outdo me. I'm going to have to try it with ham. I still have half a cabbage. And I have to go to the store tomorrow. I'll buy some of that Smithfield cubed ham. I'm going to try it with ham. Because I have half a cabbage and I got a package of noodles. I'm going to give it a try. Sounds tasty. Yeah, I never thought of ham. Good suggestion. Yeah, they have, there's two different varieties. One is cubed, and they're pretty good size. And then the other package is like little itty bitty cubes. That sounds like a waste. I have to go to the store anyway tomorrow. And since I have half a cabbage, I'm gonna try it with ham. Yeah, one is cubed and the other one is diced. That's what it is. And the diced ham, they're real small little pieces. I'm going to get the cubed. I'll just dump the whole package in. That sounds tasty. Good suggestion, Kathy. I'm glad you mentioned it. Although, you got me beat with the homemade noodles. I have to resort to packaged because I'm too lazy to make my own. Although I don't know why, they're easy to make. I mean, there's nothing to it, really. What do you got, flour, water, and an egg? And just roll it out nice and thin. I think that's all it is, isn't it? Flour, water, and an egg? Or 2 eggs? Depending on how much flour. Maybe I'll break down and make my own. I used to make them with, with my grandmother. It's been a while, but well, maybe I'll just resort to the bag tomorrow. But I got to use that half a head of cabbage. And since I have to go to Mark's anyway, I'm going to get the Smithfield cubed ham. Sounds delicious.
I love it.
Oh, I got another email today, too. Cut with the sound effects already. If you're listening, the answer is no.
Access denied.
Gee, Kathy, what did you think of the tour of the mansion? Get a picture of the kitchen and a picture of the bathroom and the backyard. At least the front yard has some greenery. I'll tell you what, it would be, for me, it would be depressing as hell living out there, seeing nothing but fucking stone or dirt. I mean, no grass. Of course, look at where you're at, but I mean, the front yard was pebbles. And the backyard was dirt. No greenery in the backyard. At least the front yard had a little greenery, give it a little curb appeal with the gravel. That's like my friend's house out in Scottsdale. The whole street is crushed red stone. Everybody's front yard has crushed red stone. And a cactus here and there. That would be depressing for me. I have to have some greenery. And I'm talking more than a saguaro cactus. Didn't I send you the picture of the shower? I could have swore I sent you a picture of the shower. It wasn't even the full bathroom. It was a picture of the walk-in shower. That's all it was. I mean, you would think if you're standing in the kitchen, you would turn around and take a picture of the living room. No, we go from the kitchen, take a picture of the walk-in shower. Oh, let me go one out back. There. Tour of the house. I was thinking for sure that there'd be a shitload of pictures. Get one of the front yard. Get one of the kitchen. Not even the whole kitchen. Get one of the walk-in shower. And one of the backyard. There's your tour of the house that I bought. And if you're lurking in the background listening, where's the rest of the pictures? Oh, I had a light failure here. Okay, I forgot to charge the light. Had a little light failure. Have to charge the light. Okay, where's my Type-C plug? While we're thinking of it, we'll charge it right now. There we go, plugged in, charging. Now watch that one go out because I didn't charge that one either. Oops! God damn it! I no sooner said watch that one go out and it went out. You prick. Yeah, I know. Low battery. Okay. Damn light. Okay, the second one with the Type-C. Here we go. Plug it in. There we are, charging. I can't believe that. I no sooner said, watch that one go out. Blink. And I took the overheads down because I'm redoing the lighting, so I don't even have any overheads up here. Well, I got this shitty one. Let me pop this one on. No! There. That's the only one I didn't take down. I took the other three down that I had because I wasn't using them. I was hitting my head on them. Yeah, it's almost like the light understands English. Here we go. We'll turn the other one on. Watch that one go out. Blink.
For Pete's sake!
All right, I'll charge them tomorrow. Well, they're on charge now. Yeah, they're charging. Yeah, I'm going to smaller, more compact lighting. Because like this one overhead, it's like 6x6, and it's on a big metal pole. And I walk in, and if I'm not paying attention, I get whacked in the forehead with it. Although I should buy another one of them green ones. Because I got a good deal on that one.
That's a low price!
Yes, it was. That way, if I forget to charge one, I can swap it out real quick. Yeah, that lamp, I bought one from a camera store a couple of years back. I can't find it. I don't know what the hell happened to it. And I paid like $40 for it. And this one is actually twice as good because it does more. I think I paid $11.95. So I think I'm going to order a second one. Not to mention it's smaller and I can mount it on a different light pole rather than that big. Well, basically it's on a extendable metal pole like this. And they don't really have any give. And when you have the light on the end and you smack your head on it, yeah, this is a smaller one. But see, these are for like a photo studio. Matter of fact, I got a couple of mounts coming from Temu. I bought the same, well, like the mounts that I have right now. They're smaller, they're aluminum, they're lighter. Not to mention, you can angle them different directions. And I paid like $28 a piece for the damn things. Temu got the same identical mount, $8. So I ordered two, and they should be here by the end of the week. It's amazing what Temu carries. And there are so many categories. I have yet to look through all of them. As a matter of fact, I ordered a 1-quart saucepan with a glass lid and a built-in strainer. Now at Target, this goddamn saucepan was $28. Temu, the exact saucepan, $7.50. The exact one that I looked at Target. Because when I looked at Target, I looked at the name. And when I ordered it off of Temu, I was hoping it was the same pan, and it was. And I'll tell you what, it is a really heavy stainless steel with the handle that where you can stick the pan in the oven. And it's got a built-in strainer. Basically, if you want to, like, say you're cooking noodles or something in it, although a 1-quart saucepan, what are you going to cook? 4 noodles? You just pull the strainer up and you can pour out the water, and then it stores in the pan, inside the pan. You just pop it right back down. Because what I've been doing lately is if I look at something like at Walmart or Lowe's or Target, I get the name. Like, you know, the good old Revereware. I have a whole set of Revereware copper bottom pans. And once a year, I take all the pans, I go out in the backyard with a lawn chair and copper cleaner, and I clean all the pans, and the copper is glowing, and then the first time you cook with it, there goes your beautiful, clean copper pan. But yeah, once a year, I grab all the pans, and I mean, I've got them from 1 quart up to a 8 quart. And I go out in the backyard and I clean the copper bottoms on my Revereware. And they're my grandmother's pans. Because I'll tell you what, if you buy Revereware today, the pans are half the weight. They're actually kind of chintzy. My grandmother's pans, they're heavy. Because I bought a, matter of fact, it's an oddball. It's 1.5 quarts. And it is half the weight. And made in India. Because every time I take a ride past Goodwill, or we used to have a St. Vincent de Paul Society. We don't have that anymore. Or if I go to Habitat for Humanity, because we have a big store down off 110th, I look for Revereware. Matter of fact, I got a 3 quart a couple years ago at a garage sale. I think I paid $2 for it. Because the new stuff is very disappointing. It really is. You know, you had an excellent product that was made here in America. They outsourced the shit to India. And it's just sad because the new stuff is nothing like the old stuff. But I'll tell you what, when I get done, those are the most impressive looking pans with that glowing copper. And then the first time you put it on the stove, there goes your glowing copper.
Whippersnapper.
Yeah, I like the old Revereware. I really do. Matter of fact, I had a fight with my sister over it. Grandma said I could have that. I said, yeah, well, you weren't quick enough. I cleaned out the pantry and I got every single piece, and you ain't getting any. She wouldn't appreciate it anyway. Yeah, I went over and I snatched all of that Revereware, believe me. That and a cast iron skillet. Well, you got all the Revereware. Let me have the cast iron skillet. No!
Access denied.
But it's sad, basically, how they've cheapened that stuff, except for the price. But I had never seen a 1.5 quart saucepan. Because you go 1 quart, 2 quarts, 3 quarts, and then it goes, I think, 5, and then 8. I got them all. But I saw that 1.5 quart and I was like, I'm going to buy it. Not that I needed it. I even have a set of measuring cups. And they're little tiny Revereware pans. Copper bottom, little itty bitty, 1 cup, 1/3 cup, 1/2 cup, 1/4 cup, little itty bitty Revereware pans. They are so cool. Hey, Oodles, how are you tonight? Oodles is here. Yeah, and then I have a Revereware skillet that's about big enough to cook 1 egg. That's kind of cute, too. I got that one at Goodwill, 50 cents. But the measuring cups are so cute. I just have them on display. I don't use them. But it's neat having a little itty bitty 1/4 cup Revereware little tiny saucepan. It's too bad they didn't come with lids. That would have looked so neat, having those miniature pans with lids. And the one egg skillet. Every now and then, if I'm going to make a fried egg, like if I'm having corned beef hash, I like to put a fried egg on top. So then I pull out the little skillet, make one egg, boom. But see, stuff like that is back from, the 40s and 50s. Because you can't find any of that now. That little itty bitty egg pan and the measuring cups. They don't exist. Maybe I should drop a suggestion to Temu. Hey, contact India and have them make some measuring cup saucepans. I have to slowly get into the habit, if I'm looking for something, to check Temu first from now on. Like I say, kitchenware, I haven't even put a dent in the kitchenware section. The automotive, man, I bought a shitload of tools, but there's a shitload more. I'll tell you, Kathy, if you want a real down home tasting corned beef hash or roast beef hash, I don't know if you have it down there, Mary Kitchen. It's Mary Kitchen, Mary Kitchen. Corned beef hash. Oh, it's delicious. And when you fry it up, no grease. I love it. That's the only corned beef hash I will get. Because I've tried Hormel. Oh, greasy when you cook it. But if you happen to see it in your market down there, Mary Kitchen corned beef hash, grab a can and try it. It comes with the grumpy flashing G of approval. Yeah, I'll tell you what. If you have Mary Kitchen, you'll never eat Hormel again. They make corned beef hash and roast beef hash. But it's outstanding. Like I say, it comes with the grumpy flashing G of approval. Because I will, if I can't find Mary Kitchen and I got a taste for hash, well. But that Mary Kitchen is outstanding. It really is. And you know me, if I don't like it, I will let the internet world know. And I'll tell you what, Kathy, over the years it's gotten greasier. Because several months back, for the hell of it, I got a can, seeing if maybe they improved it. It was worse than what I had before. And I said, never again. I'll stick with my Mary Kitchen. And the roast beef, I'm not a big roast beef hash person. Their roast beef hash is outstanding too. Let's see, I don't know if, certain stores carry certain items. But if you see Mary Kitchen anywhere, grab it. Because a lot of time what I'll do is I'll get a can of corned beef hash and a can of roast beef hash. And there's nothing better than to have a nice plate of hash and pop an egg on top of it. Or two. Because if I really feel up to it, I'll make soft boiled eggs and pop them on top. But when I make soft-boiled eggs, I have to remember, put a little white vinegar in the water. Because the white vinegar congeals the egg right away. So you get a nice soft-boiled egg. That's another trick my grandmother used to do. If she'd make soft-boiled eggs, she'd always put some white vinegar in the water. And I asked her, what are you doing that for? She says, watch, when I crack the egg in, it congeals right away. You don't have egg all over. And she would always use room temperature eggs too. Although she went kind of overboard. She would crack the egg in a little bowl and leave it come to room temperature in the little bowl. And then when the water started to boil, she would just very easily dump it in. I'm like, gee, take it out of the fridge, crack, dump. But it does congeal a lot faster if you use a room temperature egg and some white vinegar. And the egg don't pick up the vinegar taste. Unless you dump a shitload in, like I did accidentally once. I had a pickled soft-boiled egg. It's all right, I ate it anyway. You know another thing she used to make, Kathy? She would take a slice of bread and cut a hole in the middle and then lightly butter both sides of the bread, put the bread on the skillet, and then crack an egg in it. It was the coolest thing. You'd have a toasted slice of bread with an eyeball looking at you. God, I haven't made them for breakfast in years. Yeah, she'd take a slice of bread and a juice glass and use the juice glass to cut a hole in the middle of the egg and then lightly butter it on both sides. Pop it down on the griddle. Let it brown a little bit. Flip it over. And then when she flipped it over, she'd crack an egg in the middle. She had a name for it. I can't remember what she called it. You do that all the time? Really? I haven't had it in ages. I can't remember what she called it. It was something toast with eyes or something like that. I can't remember. But I always thought it was cool. I'll never forget the first time she made them. I was in the living room watching the black and white TV. She's like, breakfast is ready. I sit down at the table. I was like, whoa, what's this? It was something bread with eyes, toast with eyes. It was good. Yeah, toast and eggs. She would I think she called it toast with eyes. Because she'd have two of them and they'd be looking at you, you know. Yeah, back in the day, they had weird names for all kinds of stuff. I don't know why. But whatever they called it, you know, it was always good. Yeah, speaking of ketchup, she would put the two on the plate, and then underneath she would put a smile with ketchup. So you'd have a smiley face looking at you. Oh, bird in the nest. I've heard that term, bird in the nest. Toad in a hole, I've never heard that one. But where they came up with these stupid names, yeah, I'm going to have to get me a loaf of white bread and make me up some eggs like that. I used to enjoy that. Or instead of the ketchup, she'd put 2 pieces of bacon and make like a smile with it. We'd sit down to breakfast and my grandfather go, oh, you got the stupid plate today. And she'd tell my grandmother, no smiley face, just put the bacon with the egg. Then, of course, you know, she always had to take a dig at my grandfather. And she'd go, well, at least there's no heathens eating breakfast here. And then come lunchtime, the two heathens would be eating off the butcher paper. You two heathens. God, I'll never forget when he gave me that little tiny pocket knife. You're going to turn him into a hoodlum. Pocket knife was about this big, you know. Matter of fact, it's over in Studio One. I'm pretty sure it is. Let me go look. Now that we're talking about childhood items. I think it's over there. Whoop, getting hung up here. Whoa, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. There it is. I knew it was over there. It's never far away. How many kids can say they've got something from when they were 8 years old? There's that big, giant pocket knife. That was going to turn me into a hoodlum. That little tiny pocket knife that my grandfather gave me when I was 8 years old. That little tiny pocket knife. And it was going to turn me into a hoodlum. And I still have it to this day. I've cherished that thing. I used to carry it all the time. I don't carry it anymore. I don't want to lose it. Yeah, that little itty bitty. Oh, she threw a shit fit when she saw that. Oh, God. I thought she was going to throw my grandfather out of the house. It's got two blades. Got two blades. And it was going to turn me into a hoodlum. Like I was going to run out and rob somebody on the street at knife point with that little, yeah, like that would do a lot of damage. Yeah, he gave me that for my 8th birthday. And I've had it ever since. I watch where I put this thing. Yeah. Turned me into a hoodlum. God, she'd throw a shit fit if she ever saw me with my shoulder holster. Oh, I knew that knife was going to turn you into a hoodlum. Now you're a gangster. Don't worry, Grandma, I haven't held anybody up. Oh, God, I remember. Oh, man, I remember I never saw her that pissed off. I mean, very rarely did she ever get angry. But boy, that day, whoa! I thought my grandfather was going to have to sleep in the garage. As a matter of fact, she called my parents. She called my father. You'll never believe what your father did. My father's like, yeah, what? He gave your son a pocket knife. It's turning him into a hoodlum. Yeah, and? He didn't care. Yeah, like with that little pocket knife, the next thing you were going to hear is
Fatality.
oh, God, she was, oh, man. Matter of fact, we both left. We went, took a walk. Let her cool down. Man, she threw, I never saw that woman that mad in my life. I can almost imagine the conversation after he took me home. She probably made him sleep on the couch. He probably volunteered to sleep on the couch. Yeah. You turn him into a hoodlum. Yeah, her two favorite words, hoodlum and heathen. Every Saturday. Yep, it's the heathens again. Don't mess up my tablecloth. My grandfather makes sure the butcher paper was all spread out. Okay. You'd think she would have taken it off the table. No. I think she was waiting for us to mess up the tablecloth so she could complain about something. I just remembered. I forgot to do the car buying story over the weekend. Next weekend, no. I really think she wanted us to mess the tablecloth up so that she would have something to yell about. No plastic over hers. No. And why she always had a white tablecloth. Don't mess up my tablecloth. Spread that butcher paper out. No, she didn't believe in putting plastic over anything. And then for the holidays, like Christmas, New Year's, Easter, she had it was Irish linen tablecloth. One of her church ladies brought it back from Ireland because she had relatives there, and once a year she'd go over to Ireland and visit. And she came back with this Irish linen tablecloth, and my grandmother would use it for holidays. And oh my God, she'd be watching how people are pouring gravy, and I'm like, why do you put that, if you're so worried about it, why put it on the table? Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what, that tablecloth was beautiful. But you didn't dare think of even one drop of gravy on it. Oh. And my grandfather would always tell her, take it off the table while we eat. No. We'd have the Irish linen tablecloth, and then I can't remember where the china came from. But we had the china, and then she had, I don't know where the silverware came from either. Because the silverware had gold-plated handles. She'd spend like all day polishing the silverware, and like, why? We're going to eat with it. I can't remember where the china came from. Because the china belonged to her mother. It got passed down. My sister's got it in a box in her garage. It's probably all fucking broken. She's got the china. I don't know where the silver... I think maybe my other sister got the silverware. And I don't know where that Irish linen tablecloth went. Because basically it was a mad dash to get in and out of the house because my mother wanted everything. The whole thing is she didn't know where the house key was hidden. So we would sneak over there and then go in, and then it was a riot because when my parents would go back to the house, they're like, where'd that china go? Where'd that silverware go? Somebody broke in and stole it. Yep, we did.
Hey!
Yeah, neither my parents knew where the key was hidden. And it was so stupid because it was like right in sight. But nobody ever bothered to look up in the corner of the hallway. That's where my grandfather hid it. It was up in the corner by the ceiling, hanging on a little hook. Nobody ever bothered to look up and go, oh, look, there's a key up there. Although I'll tell you what, had I known my mother was going to sell everything to a frickin' antique dealer and get next to nothing for it, I'd have stole that radio. Because I know she didn't get shit for that old RCA radio. I would have loved to have had that thing. Because that radio was from the 30s. And it still worked in the 70s. Because my grandmother would listen to the ball game. And God forbid anybody'd breathe while she was listening to the Indians. Christ, that RCA radio stood about 5 feet high. It weighed about as much as a cement mixer. God, that was a big monster. And it had a neat, it looked like a telephone dial on the front of it. And that's how you tuned the stations. You push the button and you would spin it like a telephone dial. And I know the guy didn't pay next to anything for it. I would love to have had that thing. Because that radio was proof how good things were made back in the day. Because everything was all assembled by hand. There was none of this assembly line bullshit. There was no veneer cabinets. It was solid wood. Yeah. You're right, Kathy. At the ends, it's probably all clogged, not letting the brush spin. I'd almost guarantee that's the problem. Or it's all wrapped around by the belt, and it won't let the belt turn. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Oh, yeah, it'll cook a motor in a heartbeat. Because the impeller is actually like a big fan. It cools the motor. And if that sucker ain't spinning, it'll burn the brushes up on that motor in a heartbeat. Yeah, I didn't think of that. You were right. But if the roller isn't spinning at full speed, that could be the problem. Or you could have shit clogged up in the motor, in the air vents. Or it could be the shark. It's turning into shark bait. I had that happen with my frickin' Dyson roller ball. The goddamn brush wasn't turning at full speed. Had to take it all apart, get the old knife out. It's amazing how much shit gets wrapped up in that brush. I had to take the knife and cut. I had a pile of thread the size of a pillow. And while I had it apart, a little 3-in-1 oil spins like a jet engine now. I'll tell you, Dyson had a hell of an idea with that ball. I can take that vacuum cleaner and go underneath the bed. It is amazing. You can turn on a dime with that. It's the goofiest looking vacuum cleaner. But I'll tell you what, I love that thing. And my buddy's mother hated it. She bought that thing. She used it once. And she hated it. And we all told her, take it back and get your money. No, she told me, you want it, take it. It's yours, take it. Get it out of here, I hate that thing. She paid like $600 for that vacuum cleaner when it first came out. Although Dyson, none of Dyson's stuff is cheap. And we kept telling her, you still got the box. Take it back. No, I already bought another one. Well, what's that got to do with taking it back? You want to take it. Get it out of here. I don't know what she didn't like about it. It is the coolest. And I mean, guys aren't supposed to like vacuum cleaners, but that thing's amazing. And it'll just about suck the carpeting off the floor. It's a hell of a vacuum. I can't believe she wouldn't take it back. She goes, oh, I used it once. They won't take it. I said, yeah, they'll take it back. Clean it. Just empty the dirt out and blow it out and... Oh, God, my aunt had an Electrolux. It looked like a big tank, canister. It looked like a 55-gallon drum. As a matter of fact, that was another one like Kirby. You bought it on payments. Yeah, she had a payment book. Her Electrolux canister. Oh, she loved that thing. Like I say, it looked like a 55-gallon drum on wheels. Yeah, my grandmother had a Kirby, which my sister has. And the neat thing about Kirby, and my sister has the owner's manual, and the name is the same because she went back to her maiden name when she got divorced. You go to Kirby with that vacuum cleaner, with the manual, and they rebuild it for free. And when she gets that thing back, it looks like brand fucking new. Yeah, about every 4 or 5 years she takes it in and they rebuild it because Kirby is over off 117th on, what the hell's that street? But as long as you have the original owner's manual, they rebuild them for free. Like I say, when she gets that thing back, it looks like brand fucking new. And she's had that thing rebuilt about 10 times already. And Kirby, well, I think Electrolux used to do the same thing. I think if Electrolux had the same program, you could get them rebuilt. And it's amazing the attachments, because my grandmother bought the whole 9 yards. She told my grandfather, if I'm making payments on it, it's got, oh, the neat thing is it's got a jar that you put moth crystals in, and you demoth your fucking closet. You hook it up to the other end, and it's a blower. And then it's got an attachment, and it's got 2 spinning brushes to wax your floor. It's amazing the attachments for that Kirby. It's everything but a lawnmower, I'll tell you. Because that Kirby vacuum cleaner my grandmother bought back in the 50s. But it's amazing when my sister picks that thing up from the service center, it looks like a brand new vacuum. They replace everything. They take the case apart, they put a new motor in it, and then they buff the hell out of the aluminum case. I mean, it comes back looking like brand new and for free. But you have to have the original book. Because I remember, God, we searched everywhere for that goddamn manual. And we found the damn thing on the shelf in the pantry, of all places to keep that book. But it's unbelievable. It really is. When she gets that thing back. Hey, you're late. Man, you're really late tonight. Would your belly just turn on? Did your belly just turn on? You realize you were starving to death? Well, give me that stupid look. Did your belly just turn on? Oh, now he's rolling around. Oh, I'll feed you, Jesus.
That's it, I'm through.
I have to feed the walking belly. I'm doing the closing. Chill out. Comes over my leg, getting ready to. Nope, you're not stretching on my leg. Now the tablet don't want to play. Come on. Oh, finally. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for putting up with me. We know where, right here, WDWL TV, home of not one, but 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and an Oscar, and the flashing Grumpy G. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Take care, and we will meet again tomorrow night. And with that, see ya. Oh yeah, 2 see yas. See ya, bye. The Flash.